It's Friday again, which means another opportunity to talk Shaman King. This week, of course, we have the coming of Anna and, of course, Taoran's sister, Tao Jung. So let's talk episode 3 of Shaman King. Yoh's life becomes all the tougher now that his fiancée Anna is in town and pushes him forth on his training to become Shaman King, and a new enemy emerges, also looking to take Amidamru away from Yoh Asakura. And before we start with this review, I want to know what you've been thinking of Shaman King, if you've been watching my review. If you haven't, here's the last one I did. Also, a spoiler warning is in order. We talk about the episode freely here, so if you want to talk about Shaman King freely and you're new to the channel, consider clicking the subscribe button. It helps me out. It does wonders to get the content out there, whether it's anime reviews, TV show reviews, movie reviews, trailer reactions, all that sort of great geeky stuff. So last week's episode ended with the arrival of one of my favorite characters, I'm sure many of you guys' favorite characters, Anna, Yoh's fiancé, who is here to demand that he trains hard for the Shaman King tournament, to become the Shaman King, as she wants to be the first lady of the shaman world. She puts Yoh in his place, Manta in his place, she orders him around like a little bitch, and she even puts Amidamru in his place. She chains him up with her beads as Yoh is going out to grab a juice from the vending machine, and she's taking no shit from anyone. And something I really like in this episode in general is it shows the real comedic heights that Shaman King can go to with its visuals, its puns, and just the dynamic of the characters. But right here in the scene early on, we also have Anna setting up properly the shaman fight and what it is and what it means for the world, as well as Yoh's conversations with Manta as he's venting about how tough Anna's training is being as he arrives to school the next day, and as Yoh is venting about, oh my god, school is a reprieve from the torture I'm enduring at home. In comes Anna, she's in the same class, and everyone else besides Yoh and Manta love her. So I gotta say, I really like so far what the show is doing with the dynamic of the characters, and even that one moment where Yoh tries to stand up to Anna, but she quickly shoots him down. And again, just sit down, boy. She's here, she's going to boss you around, just get used to it. But then the bulk of the episode is yet another shaman fight, which is the coolest part of this show, let's face it, as our group of Yoh, Anna, Manta, and Amidamru go to the theaters to see the movie of Lee Pailong. And as they come out, Tao Jung emerges, the older sister of Taoran, to take Amidamru away from Yoh, and he gets his ass kicked. Like, not even Amidamru. He gets his ass kicked by this corpse puppet of Lee Pailong that Tao Jung is commanding. And it's not even funny at this point. Yoh is getting his ass handed to him so badly. Anna is not stepping in to help, and Manta takes a gamble, runs away to try and find a sword for Amidamru to be able to stand up, and Manta runs into Ryu and his best place gang, who tried to kick his ass because he wants to take a sword, and eventually he does take the sword. One of the things that was lacking in this episode for me was we don't see that moment of Ryu surrendering the sword to Manta, or even following them to see what is going on, why did they need the sword. I felt that was a little moment, little addition that they could have inserted into the episode to make it feel better, to bring the characters more together, because next week is going to be a Ryu-centric episode called Best Place. So I really like the scene of Manta getting his ass kicked as well, and then hitting Ryu with this giant book and smashing him with the hammer of knowledge, as he says. So that was a small scene I felt could have made it into the episode to flesh out the dynamic with these characters between more and start to plant the seeds for their relationship. But so as Manta grabs a sword, Yoh starts to stand up a little bit to Lee Pailong, who they noticed was crying under the talisman that Tao Jung was using, and so they take that talisman out, and this dude goes on a rampage. He turns into the Hulk, and he just smashes things around until Anna is able to evoke Lee Pailong's master Shaman, and he goes into Yoh's body, and together they take over Lee Pailong and kick his ass really very easily, just dodging his moves and then finally hitting with a double fist on the chest. And Lee Pailong comes out of the corpse puppet and decides to keep on perfecting his martial art that he invented, that puts together boxing, Muay Thai, and karate, which Just sounds awesome. If anyone in real life wants to do that, I will go to your classes. And so this episode is a little bit, let's say, isolated. I feel the first few scenes advance the story a little bit, and then we have this one event that of course we know will be important for the relationship of Tao Ren and Tao Jung to our heroes, and to make the redemption story of Tao Ren work as well. So I really like it. Once again, love this animation. One of the things that really stood out for me this week was Anna. I love her theme. It feels groovy and it has a little bit of silliness to it, which is great. When she was explaining what the Shaman fight is and how the Shaman King tournament will start the Shaman fight in Tokyo, there's this great score to it, and even Tao Jun and Li Pailong's theme is really great, especially when they're fighting and Yoh starts to fight back and stand a chance when he gets the wooden sword. I think the music in the show is going to be great. I haven't noticed it until now. I'm a big score guy, but it just hasn't stood out. But in this episode, it made its mark for sure. So those are my thoughts on Shaman King episode 3. Again, really solid, consistent episode, great action, great characters, really funny episode so far, perhaps the funniest because it just has all those lighthearted comedy moments. But throwing it over to you, what did you think? Enjoying Shaman King? Not enjoying? Have a little issues with one episode or the other? Let me know all of that in the comments below. All opinions are welcome. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. If you've watched this far but still haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. If you've watched this far, you like this video, you can unsubscribe if you get sick of me at any point in time. It's all fine and dandy. My reviews for Invincible episode 6 and Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5 are already up on the channel, so you can go check those out as well. And I'll be back next week for more reviews of all kind, including of course Shaman King episode 4. And so until then, love each other and love the movies.